Yes, you're listening to Plan B with me, Sarina Bellissimo. Now, on Wednesday, Marina and the Diamonds brought her Lonely Hearts Club tour to Dublin, and I was lucky enough to catch up with her. She's fabulously sassy, and this is how I got on.
Email planb@spin1038.com now.
Plan B.
Spin1038.
Marina, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for interviewing me.
And welcome to Dublin.
Thank you very much.
I loved your tweet. It was just Dublin with love hearts. What makes you love Dublin so much?
Actually, it's called the Lonely Hearts Club, so every city I go to, I put love hearts at the end.
And here's me thinking it was just for Dublin.
But I do love Dublin, and my Irish fans know how much I love them. North, south, east and west. But yeah, Dublin is a very special place for me. I really enjoy being here, and it's always a wild crowd, so very, very excited.
Well, we're excited to have you here because for a few weeks, few months even, you had a rupture on your vocal cords. How did you know? Because it's not like, you hear the word rupture and you think it exploded. But yeah, how did you know that something was going wrong?
I actually know what day I damaged it on. I was doing an acoustic recording of a song, which we never effing used.
No way!
Yeah, and I knew I was damaging it, but until you've damaged your voice, you don't really know how it feels to damage it when you're singing. So anyway, after that, my voice was hurting a bit, and then I noticed that my voice was aching every day just from basic talking. Like now, I would be like in pain.
So not even singing?
No, and then when I'd sing, I sounded kind of like really gruff, like I had a really bad hangover, but like really bad. So I went to the doctor, got an endoscopy, and they saw that there was a hemorrhage on it. So it's actually, even now, I have problems with it.
But you're fine to sing now, and how do you cope when you're on tour?
It's quite difficult, because like if I do 3 gigs in a row, the third night I'll be in pain. But tonight should be alright, because I've had a day off, so... Yeah. That was really loud-stopping. But yeah, I just have a really boring life. I don't really go out that much. I can't, like, in the daytime I hardly do any press because I have to do the gigs, so... But it should be, by the end of the year, it should be okay.
When I mentioned that I was interviewing you, and you mention your name, and everybody lights up when they hear your name and your music. What's that like? Considering that, for a while you were saying that I didn't think people would allow me to be a pop star, and now you're making people light up.
I know, it's weird. Well, I don't know if they're lighting up. That's a really nice thing to say. But I do feel like the reaction on this record, although there's been, I would say, a slight shift in fan base, because I came from a left field pop world to a pop world. Yeah. I don't know, the reaction is just, it's so joyful and it's so satisfying for me, because I'm the type of performer that like needs a loud scream to kind of, I don't know, encourage me on. So I react very well to people who are very kind of, just loud.
Tell me about, we've mentioned the new album, but I want to, before we even talk about the album, I want to talk about the single, How to Be a Heartbreaker. Mm-hmm. It's not really the single I want to talk about. I want to talk about the video. Tell me about the video and what it was like turning up to work that day. Was it really even work? Wow. And did you get to pick the models yourself?
I mean, I did it for the art.
Of course you did. I have no doubt.
The video, for those who haven't seen it, consisted of me having 10 boyfriends throughout the video. 6 starts off in the shower in the gym. It's not over-sexual or anything. In fact, they are naked and I'm not. Been quite interesting discussions on it. But it was a very fun day. Very nice guys. They were all very polite in Danish.
I love it. Is there going to be more of that in next singles?
No, I don't think there will. I like playing with the idea of pop and playing with the idea of what it is to be a female pop star. So I guess that's what kind of inspires me to do my videos.
How hard is it being a female pop star today?
Oh, it's terrible. You get put in massive hotel suites, treated dinner all the time.
Is there a pressure, though, to be a certain type? Yeah.
Well, I think people expect a female pop star to look the part, which I don't think is a bad thing. I mean, pop is based on your image and your music. I think, it's really 50-50. I don't think it's all about the music at all. So for me, I don't mind. I feel like I'm having a flirtation with it, whereas it might be much harder for someone whose bread and butter is pop, and they've done it since I was 16. Yeah. you know. So it's a very different position for me to...
When you were starting, you said you were delusionally crazy, like you wanted this really, really bad. What do you think in competitions like X Factor? Would you have gone on competitions like that?
Yeah, and I'm so glad it didn't exist. Oh my God, I'm so glad, because I was a terrible singer. I was so frightened singing night.
So, okay, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How did you go from being terrified to being in this position?
I wanted it so badly that I was like, you will overcome anything to do it. And also, I saw it as, I'm only starting now at, 18. And just like with any profession, you're never good right at the start. You know, you have potential that can be moulded into something. But yeah. I was just a bit behind, that's all.
And how are the friends and family with all of your success?
Pretty much normal. My dad is never impressed by anything. Even if I was the biggest superstar in the world, I don't think he would, he would be really pleased, but he wouldn't, he's kind of very tough to impress. So I like that though.
And tell me about the album, the character, that you created. How much is based on you? And how much is created?
It's strange because, say, if an author creates a character for a book, it's like, I feel like they're allowed to do it, whereas in pop, it's questioned so much. And to be quite honest, I can't really say that, it's completely autobiographical, or no, it's a pack of lies. I think there's a little bit of both, and I think with or without a character, songwriters always write like that. I know for my first album, I bent the truth to make a song more poignant or more interesting or more extreme. So with Electra Heart, I use the character as a way to, I suppose tell a story. It's like a tale of dysfunctional love.
How hard is it though to write?
Horrendous. Yeah. That's why I did it, because I just I didn't want people to think I was writing about me in a way, especially with love. It's like, there's a lot of ego and pride involved in a relationship and in being in love and kind of being truthful about it. And I'm someone who never wants to put myself on the line, just in case someone lets me down. Not to be like, oh, woe is me. But I think a lot of people are like that. Everyone's scared to get hurt in love. If you're not, then maybe you haven't really ever been in love.
Is this as good as you thought it would be? This was your dream. Does the dream live up to the reality?
I'm not there yet, so I can't say.
Oh, tell me what there is.
I don't think there is a there. I just think there will be a feeling one day that I don't know, that I feel recognised as an artist. And I think that will come maybe towards the end of the second album. I have quite good instincts about things. Yeah. And even like when I first started, I was like, it's not going to happen till end of second album, beginning of third. Wow. So let's see if this actually is true.
It will be true. You're coming back in November.
I know, it's almost sold out, I think, as well, the second date. But I will be back.
Stop being so surprised.
I know. I'll stop being so modest.
Marina and the Diamonds, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure too. Thank you so much.
Text Plan B now at 087 711 1038.
Plan B.
Spin 1038.
That was a fabulously sassy Marina and the Diamonds. If you missed her, you can catch her at the Olympia when she comes back in November. But now...